Hey guys, Ellen Woodbridge here, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Australia, and I'm here today to share with you the Christmas Challenge Stampathon September 2018 challenge. So this month from the 25th of September until the 24th of October, we are doing pop-up cards. Now, you know, I try and keep things simple. So I have done a very simple easel card. Now, I'll get into showing you that later, but first I will tell you a bit about the challenge. So we've been going since January, and basically we ask you on the 25th of every month to do a challenge, and this is all in order to get us ready for Christmas, so we don't get to this time of the year and go, it's Christmas time, we need to do all our Christmas craft. So those of us that have been with us since the beginning have participated in majority of the challenges and have cards and gift bags and heaps of other things ready to go for Christmas. So basically we have a post for every month's challenge, and when you have completed that challenge, this month will be to make at least 4 pop-up cards, and you post them as a comment under that post and you're entered. Now for each month you enter, you get tickets into the draw for prizes. Now we are running this in 3 regions in Australia and New Zealand as South Pacific. We are doing it in America, and we are doing it in the UK. So we have Ruth Truss doing it in the UK, Denise Garrison doing it in the US, and myself and Rosalie Desmond doing it in Australia. And in each region there is a prize pack, and from all your tickets will be entered into the draw, and a winner will be drawn from there. And as a runner-up prize, we are giving away 1 each of our samples for each month to also help you get started. So I am going to get into the project today. I hope you enjoy, and I hope to see you over at the Christmas Stampathon Challenge and see your entry. Here is the project that we're making today. We are doing this pop-up detailed deer card, and I have used the Merry Christmas to All stamp set along with the Merry Christmas framelits, and I've also used some of our brand new frost white paper just to make this simple easel card. Now I say it's simple because I've added some extra bits and bobs, but the design of the actual card, being an easel card, is fairly simple. So I'll pop all of these out of the way, and oops, losing framelits, and I will get ready. So I have used the Joyous Noel patterned paper. Now this is a specialty pattern paper, and the specialty part of it is that every piece has a foil detail, and it is copper foil. And what I will do, I'll quickly go through these pieces with you. So love this one. A lot of the patterns can be used for any time of year. Love this reindeer. Some snowflakes. More. Okay, and I have used this other piece as well, and I will show you the back of it because I think it's my only piece left, because I've been very busily making projects ready for Christmas, which is the whole part of the challenge, but I tend to do it a bit more because I'm sending out cards not only to family but also to my customers, my team members, and other demonstrators that I like. Not that I like, but other demonstrators that help me along the way. So I have created, and I'll just move this round in the light so you can see that I've created almost like a transparent vellum piece, but I haven't used vellum. You all know I love vellum a lot. But this time I thought about using it and I resisted and thought I would use our Frostwhite multi-purpose ink. So all we have to do is give it a quick shake, and I've got my silicone mat here that Stampin' Up sells, and I'm just going to pop a very small dribble. Now that dribbled down the side as well. I'll pick that up with my sponge. This is just a bit less than 1/4 of our sponges, so we get them in a big wheel, and I do just cut them down to make them a tad more usable. So just dabbing this on, and I'm just going in a circular motion. May need a touch more paint, but we'll see. So I've basically done an oval, and it's just creating a beautiful shimmery effect. You can still see the foil through the paper, which is nice as well, but does just give the foil a bit of a haze. Now any bits that I feel are a bit lacking, I can just pounce a bit on there. So I have that section ready for the reindeer. Now this just needs to dry. It's just a touch tacky. I'll pop this off to the side. I have pre-cut this foil, and this foil is, now if you were me guys, where would you put this foil? Because I found it. Okay, this is the Joyous Noel glimmer paper, sorry, not foil, and this coordinates with these colors. So we have copper, which I have used for our leaping deer. We have Merry Merlot, which matches the holly in this particular paper. And we have Tranquil Tide. Now, I have used these 3 colours as well as Sahara Sand paper just for this inside piece on this card. I'm loving this. I've also, as you can see, die cut a fair few pieces using the Word die cuts, and yeah, having lots and lots of fun. Okay, so I have pre-cut this on my Big Shot and just used some dimensionals to pop this up and give it, actually I'm going to take these dimensionals off and pop it to the side because I do need to stamp this swirl. Now my whole reasoning for doing the paint in this swirl is to ground this reindeer so it doesn't seem as though it's just floating in the middle of the cart. So I've got stuff stuck everywhere today. It's a sticky day here in the craft room. So I've got my Merry Merlot ink pad, and the swirl is from the Merry Christmas to You All stamp set, and it's just this one here. It isn't shown at 100%, it's shown at 70%. Okay, so I have this one mounted to one of our eye blocks here. Just going to ink this up and just pop it on an angle about 1/3 of the way up my piece of cardstock or pattern paper. Okay, that's lovely. I'm very happy with that. Now I'm going to leave this open and pop it over here because I will need it again soon. Bring back in our reindeer and pop that there so you can see it's sitting fairly middle to our shimmer paint, and it's sitting on the angle of our swirl, which just grounds it nicely. Okay, so while this ink dries that's on top of the shimmer paint, we can stamp over it, but just needs an extra minute or so to dry. So while that is drying, I am going to put together our card base. So this is a piece of Tranquil Tide cardstock. It is half a piece of A4. If you're going to make an easel card, you do need to cut your cardstock lengthways. Now I have 2 scores in this card. I have it halfway and about half again. It's not a perfect half, but it is enough that it creates an easel and lets the card front catch on the sentiment that we're going to put on the inside. Now we're folding this second score line in as well. Okay, so then this will act as an easel just like that. So I'll just pop this to the side. We have Merry Merlot paper and another card front size of Tranquil Tide, as always using my Tombow Mono multi glue because it gives me a chance to try, note I say try, to get my cardstock somewhat straight, because I do always have straightness issues. Would you believe I have done this incorrectly? Okay, we're going to bring this in because the Merry Merlot piece actually goes on the bottom. So I'm going to assemble this directly to the card, and then, so I've just put it on this folded piece, and then I'm going to let it dry and I will remove the glue off the top part of the card. Trust me to make a mistake on video, but I will show you the solution to fix it, because it's very rare that I throw out a card. I normally do find a way to be able to fix it, and this silicone mat really does come in handy. So we've just got our 2 layers there. Then we're going to pop our card front, which is all dry now, so not smearing that anymore. Not that I smeared it in the first place, which is a small miracle. Okay, make sure we are not putting it on upside down. I do quite often make left-handed cards to give to my left-handed friends, and they always, they love that I've made a left-handed card, but they never quite get that I actually made a mistake. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave this glue here to dry while we do the next portion of the card. What I actually might need to do is just pop a bit of extra glue just along the top here. So there we go. Right, stick that down, pop it down. So any glue that is left on the silicone mat will just roll off when it's dry and you rub it. So the next portion of the card is stamping and cutting out the sentiment. Now this sentiment is from the Merry Christmas tool, so we're using Seasons Greetings from Our Home to Yours, and we're using this frame piece. Now this frame piece does also have a matching framelit in the Merry Christmas set. Just on this sheet I've also got the detailed baubles. So I'll just pop this on my Stampin' Up logo because I tend to put all my little pieces up there so I have some chance of remembering where I've put things. Okay, I have a piece of Sahara sand, which is the colour of the background, and I have my 2 stamps here. Bring in my Merry Merlot, which we will do the frame in. So you don't need to press too hard on our foam ink pads. Just leave it there for a few seconds for the ink to transfer nicely, and there we go. And I will close up the Merry Merlot because we're finished with that. This is also a not very taxing on stamping kind of card. I also have Tranquil Tide. This is one of our older ink pads, because unfortunately this colour will be going at the end of our next catalogue, as it is an in colour. So this is the last catalogue that this will be available, sadly. So just try and line that up in the middle. I don't think I did. I did an okay job. It's passable. It's handmade, not Hallmark. Okay, close that up, put that to the side. I'm going to move the card for a second, put it somewhere where there's not ink or glue. I will bring in my Big Shot. Now I do have my magnetic platform already in here and my well-used plates. But my plates are still flat, so I do flip them over often to keep them nice and flat. Now sometimes they do, sorry, can't line this up and talk at the same time apparently. Just gonna move this down. Move this up. Of course, it's not liking me because I'm on camera. Close enough is good enough. I do just pop this in a touch, pop in my top plate, and I sandwich it straight down. Now that does hold that die in place, so then it doesn't move. Okay, so that is all cut. Right. Now, I think I have moved this mat just a touch. Just let me see if I'm still on screen here, guys. Oh dear word. Hopefully I haven't been doing things off screen for too long for you. Right, so we have this piece all cut and it perfectly notches in the corners, which is fantastic. That die is now back on my magnetic sheet, and next I'm going to, because I don't have any, this is the end of my normal dimensionals. I have one teeny edge left. I'm actually going to use the edge of my mini dimensionals, and I'm going to just use my paper snips and cut a length, because we never leave any of these dimensionals to go begging. Every single part of this sheet can be used. Okay, that is there. Let's now, that's there ready. Bring back my card Now, if you were my adhesive remover, just these wet bits I cannot take off yet, but pop this away. But these bits which are dry, so this is just a gelatinous piece of rubber. Now these aren't quite dry, so I am slightly ripping the back of my card, but it's the back, no one sees it. Now these aren't quite dry, but you get the deal that you just use this and the adhesive does come off. It's very sticky and I'm sticking myself to it. But you get the deal, I just need to let that dry a bit longer. Okay, what I am going to do is line up where I would like this piece. Now, because I've added dimensionals to this piece, it adds as a stopper to the easel. So you can put in a word, another reindeer, you could pretty much put anything to act as your stopper. Now I'm not pushing this down, but I'm just making sure. Okay, that is there, and as a font, so you can see this card will go through the mail like a normal card, and when they receive it in the mail and pop it on their mantle or entertainment unit, they can pop it up, and it's all nice statement piece, handmade from you. Now, with some of my other cards, I have added a final embellishment of some pearls, and I also was able to go through my stash of embellishments and find these share what you love artisan pearls, and this row of pearls here are actually Tranquil Tide, so we are going to use those to add a final embellishment to the card. Now I am going to be smart so I don't stick to everything. Pop that there. Now I would have been smart to have these open for you girls, but sometimes I'm just not well prepared. Okay, where are my scissors? They are under this card here. So I'm just going to, I use these as a bit of a lever because, as some of you know, my hands don't work so well because of a condition that I have. So I realised that if I put it too close to its tail, it looks as though it's pooing out some of these, which is not quite a desirable look. Okay, just some down the bottom. This just adds a different texture, so it's still shiny like the foil and the shimmer paint, and the glimmer, but it's just in a different form. So that is just how I finished that card. I'm going to pop these away. So once again, these are the artisan pearls. So just to go over what I have used today, I have used the Joyous Noel Specialty Designer Series paper. I have used the Merry Christmas to All bundle, which is the stamp set and the dies. I have used the Detailed Deer framelits. I have used the Frost White Shimmer Paint with the silicone mat and a sponge. The colours that I've used are Tranquil Tide, Merry Merlot and Sahara Sand. I have also used the shimmer paper, which coordinates with the Joyous Noel designer specialty paper rather. So that glimmer paper is gorgeous. And I have used the Share What You Love pearls. So if you would like to purchase any of these products, I will have a link below the video to my store, and I will also have a link over to the Christmas Stampathon Challenge Facebook group, so you too can participate in our September pop-up card challenge, where we are making at least 4 cards. So that card finished my 4th. So I have made all 4 of my cards this afternoon. Well, it's afternoon when I'm filming this, but I've made those today. So just to show you again, the shimmer paint, just move it slowly. So then you can see it just creates a nice transparent layer without actually adding another layer of paper. Thank you so much for joining me today, and if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. I do have another video that I'll be making very soon using the shimmer paint, so come back and check that out, and we will see you over at the Facebook group. Thanks guys, bye.